Hello, today's video is about how to test MSD coils. So I actually have three different coils here. I have a Blaster 3, a Blaster 2, and a Blaster solid state. I'm going to go through each one of these. Two of these coils are good and one is bad. And I'll go through each coil and test it and show you what I get. All right. Okay, so the first test I'm going to do is the actual primary side. The primary side is you test between the, hold on one second, between the negative and the positive terminals. Hold on one second, there we go. Between positive and negative. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put your ohm meter or multimeter on the 200 ohm scale, and first I'm going to test the Blaster 3. No, actually, first I'm going to test the Blaster solid state, and this should be between probably around 0.5 and 0.7 ohm. So here we go. So hold on one second. The Blaster solid state is, give it 1 second to charge down. It's about 0.7, so that's in spec. This one is fine. The Blaster 2 coil is about 1.1. It's a little bit out of spec, but I know this is actually in a working car. So this thing actually still works, even though it's still a little bit out of spec. Now, the Blaster 3 coil, which I know is dead and not working, it's totally completely open. There's no resistance whatsoever. So this coil is definitely bad. It didn't even pass the primary test here. So Blaster 3 coil is dead. Solid state is fine. Blaster 2 is fine. Alright, the next step is to test the secondary. Alright. Alright, to test the secondary coil, you need to put your multimeter leads on from the positive terminal on the coil to the main lead where the actual where it connects to the distributor cap. So typically this should be about 5,000 ohms. So the first thing I want to do is turn my multimeter here to 20,000 ohms, the range, and put the positive terminal on the positive lead on the coil and the main lead. And this is a little bit out of spec, but it's supposed to be about, they say around 5,000, or it could be around 4,500, so that's kind of in spec. Each coil is a little bit different with the specs, but this one's pretty much good. I know this one works too, by the way. So the next one is the Blaster 2 coil, and positive lead on the positive lead, negative in the main terminal, and on the Blaster 2 I'm getting about 5.5, so about 5,500 ohms. And I know this is a working coil because it's actually in my Bronco right now running. And the coil that actually went bad in my Bronco, left me stranded, was this Blaster 3. And this one reads about, well, this thing's totally open. It doesn't even read at all. I know it's a bad coil. Okay, that's it. So for the primary side, it should be about 0.5 to 0.7. You can get away with probably up to about 1.2. And on the secondary side, it should be about 4,500 to 5,500 ohms. If it's out of that, then I'd probably replace it. But I mean, even though these things aren't exactly in spec, they both work. The Blaster solid state and the Blaster 2. So, but the Blaster 3, it doesn't read anything, and I know this thing is dead, so it doesn't work. So, well, that's how you test it. All right, cool. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, thank you.